Okay, we have a green box, we have a live counter ticking up, so we should now be live, or, you know, we should be live. Which of course means welcome back to the Storytime network, where we are once again playing Dragon Age 2, and this time, hopefully the internet will not fail us, and it won't be, you know, it wasn't quite
Imploding.
unplayable, but it wasn't a fun experience.
It was the most janky AF experience I've had on a video game stream in a while.
Are y'all aware that there's an RPG Maker game on Steam now called Lesbian Animal RPG, which is exactly what it sounds like?
Firstly,
Ooh,
really,
interesting.
did you really want those to be your first words on this stream?
No.
Oh no, Fuzzy, it's not. That's not the title. It's Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
Mill, look inside your heart and realize that those were the most appropriate words for me to say on stream after my hiatus.
For sure feelings, Mill, you know this to be true.
But yeah, I'm back because I somehow survived writing 3 papers and a final exam in a week and a half. And now I exist, I guess? Well then.
I'm not dying.
Yeah, I came across this game because I'm going through my what's its face? My Steam queue. And apparently it saw fit to suggest Super Lesbian Animal RPG, which is a furry RPG.
There are worse things on Steam. There are far worse things on Steam. I have seen the dregs. The absolute nightmare dregs.
So, I have also looked at the dregs. I have a question for y'all. Are you aware of just this extremely wide variety of adult visual novels, let's say, that uses the same set of 3D models?
Yes.
Right? You know
the
the
have
3D
to
models.
point them out to me, but I'm pretty sure I'd recognize them if you showed me.
Yeah, like, where do those 3D models come from? That's my...
All sorts of different software. It's like multiple different softwares.
No, but, like, why is it that every game in, like, literally dozens, if not hundreds of completely unrelated games use the same ones? They're open source, probably, right? Are they like...
No, I have no doubt about that.
But, like, where did they come from, and why did people decide that this was going to be the thing?
Because people like really simple and easy to make things. And it's probably really simple and easy to make games with that kind of software. Because
like,
it's open source and all that shit.
God.
So?
I'm like, no. The thing is, my assumption is that people are playing these games to, you know...
Rub it out.
Yeah. And, like, I don't understand, like, aren't you supposed to be, like, vaguely
Aroused,
attracted?
yes.
Yes. How? Those are nightmare fuel, uncanny valley, like... all those models make me feel is fear.
Some people are much more easily aroused than others, I assume.
More vessels for our
I just, that's kind of terrifying to think about.
Perhaps the
Yes, yes it is. Oh, she looks sketchy as fuck.
Careful, Hawk. She may be an abomination.
Maybe.
I am not some hopeless waif that ran crying to a demon. I sought them out and embraced them.
You do know I cut a path through your abominations, right?
I love Snarky Hawk.
Like spirit. If a few more Templars fall to the demons...
Hawk looked so much better in Inquisition.
How many abominations can they discover amongst their
Yeah.
own before it drives the Knight Commander crazy?
One thing you can't say Inquisition did worse than 2 is the graphics.
In days of old, the Tevinter Imperium spanned the known world. Demons
Oh,
were
shut up, you
allies,
Tevinter Sim.
held in check by power and knowledge. With a wave of a hand, I could do more than a Templar can achieve in a
Yeah, Fuzzy, if you were to just, like,
Command us. Absurd.
post, like, a link or something, I would probably recognize what you're talking about immediately.
Only if you must.
No, I just thought of it off the top of my head. I don't think I could find one.
You
Unless I
probably
went
could.
looking
There's
for
a
it.
lot of them on Steam.
Yes, I would. If I'd have to like go specifically to Steam's.
Just look in the visual novel tag, you'll probably find a bunch of it. Like, Steam is lousy with that kind of stuff. Steam's also lousy with just, like, so many games that are just, like, very clearly rip-offs of other games.
You might even say that Steam is kind of just lousy in general. But
Not necessarily. It does have some quality stuff on there, it's just so much trash. It's Sturge's Law in action. That 10% though, that 10% is really good.
I would not. I think 10% is being generous, Jack.
I know.
Is it over?
Oh, there's one literally on the front page of Steam.
Oh, thank the Maker.
What is it called?
But is it only
I am actually just do not say it aloud.
No, it's like it's very generic. My Pleasure, Season 1. It's like
That
the
is
name is
super generic.
too, yeah. Because these things are just incredibly generic as a whole.
That kind of knowledge is frowned on in an apostate.
Yeah, no, I've seen so many of those games.
Right? Like that model,
like,
that set of
only
models.
two of them look like they have any creativity put into them that I've seen.
The what?
Know what they do to me.
Only 2 of them seem like they have any creativity put into them that I've
Tell
seen.
them I'm all right.
I get just mobbed with visual novels because I bought a couple of them not too long ago.
Needs to hear about
A while ago,
Yeah,
rather.
and these things are all just so like why? Why do they look like that? Who is into that?
Some people can just really put that aside really easily. I don't know how, but they can. Require a bit more effort. Personally, but each their own, I suppose.
I've got some good news and some bad news.
What is it?
Good news.
Yeah, there's just like
Bad news. Half the
so
audience
much
have
of
been
Steam
possessed
is
by
just
demons.
porn now.
Sweet blood of
And I'm like,
Mhm.
see, here's the thing.
Say
I
something about the recruits and demons.
am all for freedom of expression. I think people should be allowed to be as horny as they want as long as they keep it away from me. My problem arises when it's not even like quality, right? It's just like I respect people's ability to be horny, but at least put some effort in,
By the Templars for 1,000 years.
right? Do you get what I'm coming?
Don't say that after what you've seen. Mages cannot be treated like people.
It's just
They are
like people are
humans.
throwing shit at the wall and seeing what
Surely
sticks.
that's a little harsh. Maybe we shouldn't be arguing with the nice Templar. Smile and nod. Smile and nod.
Sorry, I just, while you've been talking, I
They
just
have
went
the
fuck
power
the
to light a
police,
city on
basically.
fire in a fit of pique.
I'm sure Gen would
Why wouldn't
approve. There has to be a better
I
way.
admit that does reduce their bargaining.
Well,
But there must be some middle ground.
be a better
There has
way.
to be-
Perhaps you're right.
There has to be a better way than the current
Perhaps
system,
mages
because there
need
is.
better education as to why the Chantry functions as it
Yeah,
does.
but have you considered
Perhaps they
that
would
the
not
better
go against
way
Lord Andre
generally
himself.
involves a lot
I'll
of
look into it.
guillotines?
For now, Karen, unless it is proven you are free of demons, I must strip you of your commission immediately.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can't really think that. Karen's
Oh, I've got the
he's
new
safe.
FIFA game on my
He
fucking front
deserves
page. Of
mercy.
course I do.
What
Don't
happened
buy it.
wasn't
It's
his
just the
fault.
same game.
Please, sir.
I don't even
Try
touch
to
sports
resist.
games, Mel.
I
I
never
don't know
took
why it's on my
anything
course.
they
Oh,
offered.
it's because it's featured and
I need
recommended.
this position, or my sister can't eat.
Fuck off.
I've been training for 5 years.
FIFA games have been, the same with, like, the littlest bit of a change for so many years.
Karen did nothing wrong. You can't strip
I mean,
this
that's
guy down
like
the offer
what
of
NBA
harness
2K and
freedom.
Madden games are like as well.
Please, Knight Captain.
Very little
I'll
change
do my
besides the
work.
occasional graphic
Ask me
improvements.
anything.
The point is that
I
because
don't
they
play those games,
Yeah.
but my brother
He would
does.
never succumb to
because they release every year, there's only
Perhaps
so
it is
much they can
best to keep
change in
our
that time.
enemies close. We can watch
And
them
as the
sharply
graphic
here in the
improvements
city.
get higher and higher, the games will take
The
longer and
assurance
longer
grant of
without
demonic possession
crunching.
In 10 years' time, Karen will become eligible for full knighthood.
Thank you, Sarah. Again. But
And we all
without full
know
knighthood,
that game companies just love to do their best to
I do
avoid
know if I can
crunching.
reward you as you deserve.
EA especially.
I will handle that, miss.
Oh, of course, of
You
course.
have done the Order a great service. We will not forget it.
Thanks, Cullen. Ooh, that's quite a bit of moolah.
You what?
Okay, that's better than what she's got at the moment. I will take it.
So I've been exploring some avenues in my writing recently,
Oh?
and well, not in my writing specifically, but more in on the publishing side of things. And I've learned something I wish I hadn't from the progression fantasy community.
Was that?
I think a majority of the prog fantasy community, which is, like, I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of what all three of us are into in terms of our writing, is because progression fantasy is just the natural, logical extension of shonen anime.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned that a decent chunk of the progression fantasy community just actually likes lit RPGs.
But why?
Yeah, apparently they just like the idea of
I think you lost something.
it being I've like literally seen people say this book seems great, but I wish it had lit RPG elements.
They want like harem shit or something, or they want like ludicrously insane power fantasy bullshit.
Like, no, do you not know what a lit RPG is?
I am vaguely aware.
It's
I think
the
I've,
one where it's
I
the
think I've
one where
erased
the
most of my-
magic. It's the one where the magic system is a literal game system.
Oh yeah, no, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, the one where they like have stat points and blue boxes and things like that.
Yeah, that only makes sense if you were literally writing as, oh hey, these characters are actually in a fucking video game.
Because like that's where you know what's funny. That's where the genre started. Is the VR MMO genre, right?
Fucking
It makes a
SAO.
certain amount of sense. But no, now there's an entire subgenre of called System Apocalypse, where the premise is that the Earth, there's an apocalypse in which the Earth is inducted into a multiverse spanning video game system.
And
And
there's
it's just like-
multiple series like this.
My dude, there's like one new one a day almost.
Fucking
Not
hell,
all
where's
of them last
originality?
long. Yeah, it's awful, and apparently you can get crucified for saying that.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
Fuzzy. Rest in pieces.
No, I haven't interfaced with that part of the community, but because
Good.
look, you say that, but I guarantee you, the fact that your most major work as of now is essentially convergent evolution Janja that you just came up on your own. Well, genre. Look, I'm hurting a lot of people by just butchering the pronunciation of these names, but you know which genre, the cradle genre.
Yeah.
The fact that you've come across that accidentally, apparently a lot of those people would be very happy if you just put a lit RPG in.
Yeah, I'm not fucking doing that.
No, neither am I, but like, it's just wild to me. And you know what else is weird?
Yeah.
People have gotten so used to amateur writing that they actively complain when the books or the stories they're reading have prose.
The hell?
Yeah. Apparently, the people who dislike the like amateurish quality of the writing and the lack of professional editing, and the people who dislike that everything's a lit RPG, they're considered a vocal minority in the community.
Actual fuck.
Well, it's the popcorn problem, right?
Yeah, but I expect the Avengers movies to have at least a decent script.
Do you
know?
know?
You say that, but I don't think the Avengers movies have made people forget what the core of the popcorn problem originally was.
What's that?
Is the Avengers movie are to popcorn movies what AA games are to the games industry, right? They're not quite pure popcorn in that there is at least some effort in a lot of those movies. Not some of them. Some of them are pure popcorn and some of them are just detritus. But there are a few... There's a decent chunk of MCU movies that try.
Yeah,
And people
most
have
recent one
forgotten.
was actually legitimately good. For instance.
Yeah. I still maintain that Multiverse of Madness was good. And I think, from what I've heard...
that one aside from the villain twist.
It wasn't really a twist.
Yeah, but I didn't like the execution on it.
But yeah, and I think another thing is that everything I've heard of Wakanda Forever says that the only people who dislike Wakanda Forever are the people who don't want to use their brains.
Oh, you mean like racist assholes like that?
Yes. I wasn't going to say it outright, but thank you for taking the words out of my mouth.
I can say it. There's nothing wrong with calling people out for being racist assholes. Come at me, bro. Come at me.
No, there's never a problem with that. But I just don't want to get into arguments with the centrists.
Oh, what? The boo-hoo golden means fallacy idiots?
Yes. Who will apparently get mad at you for accurately calling out bigotry. Anyway, but that aside, yeah, the thing I've learned is that it is very much a popcorn genre where most of the people are just like do not want to, like progression fantasy as a whole, where most people just don't want to offer any critique at all.
Weak. Cowards. All of them.
Oh, wait, no. Son of a bitch, I'm being dumb.
Did you done goof?
Yeah. I thought I was looking for the giant spider, so I was running around trying to fucking proc and encounter. But no, this is actually the Ironbark place. This is why I need quest markers, damn it. Give me quest markers, otherwise I will run around blindly like an idiot. Why can't I just slide down there? Stupid different area. At least I got that chest we had to leave behind last time.
And I just don't get why many people are just so fixated on keeping like genre stuff super fucking formulaic when there's so much room for innovation and
Yeah, that
transformation
really
in genres like that.
that it really is what it comes down to, isn't it?
They just don't want change, and that's like, on some level, I do get that. On the other hand, it's like, I like new stuff. I like different stuff. Just because I would not have read the fucking Locked Tomb series if I didn't want like something new and weird and different from what I'm used to. Because Locked Tomb is fucking insane.
Yeah.
I am Master Island.
Yeah, whatever, buddy.
Forced to stay so close to this Shemlin city. Do you have any pure iron bark in stock? What use is iron bark to you? I've never met a Shem who could bend it to his will. Either way, I'm out of stock. I do know where it can be found, but it is impossible to retrieve.
Possible is my
Our
middle
people
name.
were forbidden from venturing to the area after we lost 2
Impossible
of
is
our
also a
best hunters.
very strong word.
What happened that warriors as skilled as the Dalish refused to venture to the area? Your respect for our hunters is most surprising, stranger.
Yeah, I don't really
Place is
feel that. They're
overrun
kind of
by
idiots.
darkspawn.
Oh no,
Eradicated when we would risk
Darkspawn.
the
Whatever
precious
am I
hunters
gonna
we have
do?
left. I'll show you where the area is. What you do with the information is up to you. What are you doing?
Gotta love dunking on Darkspawn.
But yeah, it's just really frustrating to see. I was like going through the Progressing Fantasy subreddit today, which is where I
Well,
came
that's
across
your
these
first
realizations.
issue, Fuzzy. You're going on Reddit.
Could be worse. Could be Twitter.
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. Reddit is a good look at the lowest common denominator.
I mean, I'm mostly just joking because of Reddit's reputation. Like, I'm now at the point where I do use Reddit fairly often just for, like, the stuff that I actually like. I don't, like, go on more general, subreddits, but, like, the ones that I'm actually a part of are, like, what is it? Dresden Files, Cradle, what else is there?
Yep.
TFS, and then I'm not a part of them, but I will visit, like, Taskmaster and Locked Tomb Reddit.
I imagine Locked Tomb subreddit is a gold mine for crazy fan theories.
I mean, you know, it's fun, and it, you know, gives me a different perspective on the book and, you know, stuff that I missed because I'm not the best at, you know, figuring out subtle things.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of really fun Tumblr posts on Locked Tomb that have given me a lot of perspective on it.
Hey, buddy. Ow. That was my own fault. I should have stood there.
This is for Carver!
Is it really?
No, it is not.
Who really gave a shit about Carver dying? Other than our mother.
No one that I know of.
Other than Hawk's mum, nobody really gave a shit.
Is that like a canon thing, or have you just been making your mom jokes?
No, like, Hawk's mum was, like, really upset that Carver died, but it was like, he stood in the way of a fucking ogre. What was gonna happen?
He fucked around and he found out.
Yeah.
From my understanding, that's always been a thing that existed, but why has it been gaining so much popularity recently?
Because we're in the we've just had the fuck around century, and now we're in the find out century, so.
I hear you're in need of a bit of help.
Yep.
Ah, so you're the reinforcements the magistrate promised. The man you're looking for, he's holed up in the ruins. Though I doubt he's still in one piece.
That bastard's to be brought in alive after all he's done?
So if I get
Just
you
because it isn't you
the
and your
quest
pretty little
title for this one,
Shemlin
Jack,
children
can
he's
you just
after.
look it up? Because I, like, I can't remember exactly what the like resolution for the choices are in this quest, but I think they're relatively important.
Look at these guards. I doubt either of them has to worry about having pretty children.
Not now, Hawk.
The man you're after, he targets elves. He dragged my daughter into those ruins and killed her. I want him dead. My girl, Leah, she wasn't his first victim. Over the years, he's taken dozens of our children, and not once has he paid for his crimes.
Well, that seems awful.
There must be some.
Does that mean we're about to go on a murder?
We're nothing to them. Even if this murderer does finally go before the courts, the magistrate won't take our word over his.
Yeah, the man sounds like a monster.
I'll tear his throat out myself.
Thank you, Sarah.
I can't guarantee that I will, because...
You couldn't turn to the guards.
For all my damn coin, I'm still only an elf to these Shemlin. There'll be no justice for my girl in the courts of Kirkwall.
Yeah, Kirkwall's kind of really fucked up.
I can't be blamed if I find him beaten into a bloody pulp by unknown assailants.
Then that bastard will finally get what he deserves.
Not wise, stranger. You try to take justice into your own hands, the magistrate'll have your head.
You can
Only
fucking
if
try.
It's reported.
Well, we'll be quiet then.
Damn Hawk. Magistrate's orders, that's the name of the quest.
Alternatively, you could kill all the witnesses.
Yeah, but Aveline would take issue with that, and we like her. She's a good bean.
Okay, Oh my god.
What?
So, the motherfucker, who's been doing the murders, if you kill him, you will get friendship points from literally every single one of your party members.
Fair enough, that sounds like the good choice.
Yep. The only one who you don't get friendship from is Fenris, and I think that's because if he's in your party, you can let him kill the dude.
Well, he's not in the party, so he's gonna have to be disappointed. Because we can't have him in the party because he's too attacking focused. We need a tank.
Honestly, I'd be more disappointed if you didn't kill the murderer, if they didn't give you friendship points.
Yeah. No, you literally get rivalry points from most of your parties to free the guy. So yeah, just kill the bastard.
Will do.
You won't be missed. And killing him will only have positive consequences.
So you're saying that the magistrate doesn't take our head?
Correct. I mean, it's not like he could even if he wanted to.
I mean, yeah.
You know, I sometimes wonder why a lot of these people don't just like go on a murder spree occasionally.
What do you think we're doing?
No, I mean like in canon.
Ah.
Like, there's like, it's one of those, you know, actually, this is a good time to talk about this. These are games where
There you go.
I feel that story and gameplay segregation can hurt it occasionally.
Yeah.
How so?
Because a lot of the time, in gameplay, there are people who are fully capable of making mass changes to the system by just going on a warpath. Because they're living one-man armies. Whereas the in-story reason is, oh, well, you can't fight them all alone, so you have to compromise. But, like, you literally don't have to compromise in the game. It's difficult to swallow when you have these creatures that are capable of single-handedly taking out entire armies. And yet, they have to make compromises with, like, the awful nobles.
I mean, part of it is because a lot of them have, like, boss level, like, video game boss level employees at their beck and call.
Again, it's not like you don't take those out either, right?
They're substantially harder to take out, though. Is my point.
Yeah, but not impossible.
No, I didn't say that they were impossible. I just said they're harder.
This chest seems very suspicious to me.
It's a mimic. Open it.
Well, that was a trap. How did the giant spider set a trap? Not that it did them any good.
I love how Bethany is just spamming the fuck out of Fireball.
It's a good spell.
It's hard to go wrong with it, especially when spiders are involved.
Yeah, Fuzzy, I can definitely understand what you're saying. There is an element of disconnect in the, you know, you go far enough into some of these games, and it's not just Dragon Age, it's other games as well. But you know, you can become basically a world beater, but you know.
Your father told us you were dead.
My father? Is he safe? Kelder said that he'd hurt my family.
You're still like, oh, I can't, you know, like you'll lose in a cutscene, basically.
Yes.
How did you escape?
Which just, it's like, there's a level of, after a certain point, suspension of disbelief just doesn't hold up as much.
But I hid when those creatures showed up. I thought I heard him calling for me. I almost went back to him. I didn't want to be eaten. But Kelder, he hit me. Told me I was nothing. I begged him to stop hurting me. I didn't think he would, but out of nowhere, he pushed me away and just started crying. Don't you see? He didn't mean to hurt me. He told me. There are demons.
I know that Stockholm Syndrome has been, you know, like, discredited, but...
Has it?
Well, it's not an actual diagnosis, but it is a thing that happens.
Yes, it's like, it's something that,
it's a phenomenon, not an actual medical diagnosis.
It's more of it's more of a trauma response than anything else. It's like, it's a coping mechanism, trauma response thing that you could probably put it under the umbrella of PTSD.
Yeah.
Right, there's like, it's definitely, it's kind of how there's a spectrum to autism, right? There used to be an Asperger's syndrome and all that, but now it's more of it's a broader spectrum, and where it's all under the umbrella of autism. It's like that.
Yeah. No, autism spectrum disorder, as it's now called.
Yeah, and
and you used to have stuff like ADHD was divided into ADD and ADHD, and now it's just all ADHD, with just different variants thereof.
Yeah, so
they've consolidated a lot over the years.
Which, it makes sense, right? It's like...
I knew my father would
after a certain point, it's like, it doesn't make sense to have so many separate things when you can just like...
Criminal, not a whining coward.
He didn't tell you, did he? The magistrate is my father.
What?
He tried so hard to keep me, and what I've done.
Who could have guessed?
Shock.
I'm disgusted by the both of
Gasp.
them.
The magistrate's more worried about keeping his job than doing his job.
I wasn't very snarky, Hawk. You're letting your politics show through.
He tried to help, to stop me. But he can't. No one can. That elf girl. She had no right to be so beautiful. So perfect. The demons said she needed to be taught a lesson, like all the others. The circle...
Yeah, he's gone off his fucking rocker.
Yeah.
They said there were no demons, that I was mad. This isn't my fault.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
No, we really
I
aren't.
can't stop. I've tried so many times. Please, you have to kill me. There's no other way. Just tell my father I'm sorry. For everything.
Bye.
Must you be so dramatic?
Some people are simply broken.
At least we do it quickly.
How is that different depending... That animation's probably different depending on your class, isn't it?
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Dragon Age does subscribe to the murder knife theory, so...
Does it? So if
Yeah.
you're a mage who has no reason to keep a knife on their person, you might still...
Yeah.
Well, a knife would be a way to gather materials for magic shit.
That's a good point, actually.
Undead and then kill him again.
No, that's all right. I'd rather he stay dead. I didn't believe in
I love just that so few people actually know what to do with Snarky Hawk.
when I say that we are in your debt, Sora.
Yeah, everyone's just caught fucking off guard by him.
Yeah. Sorry.
I feel just as bad for those knife ears as the next.
Do you? Do you really when you're calling them knife ears?
That's madness.
Now, Mill, only elves have K-word privileges. I feel like I crossed the line by saying that, but I don't know.
It's questionable, right? Like, that's an entire, that's
It's a very big can of worms.
It's an entire conversation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about fictional slurs?
Oh, boy.
Look, you brought this on yourself. How do we feel about those?
So, on the one hand, they can be used to color a story and showcase the level of discrimination or the kinds of discrimination that can happen in this setting that is different from, like, normal human racism or other forms of bigotry. On the other hand, they can also be insensitive in their own right. By the way, Fuzzy, you've seen Gremlins, right?
I believe so, yes. It was
Okay,
a long
good. I
time.
haven't.
I don't necessarily remember a lot of it, but I'm pretty sure I've watched it, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah,
Like, why?
I actually have not seen Gremlins.
And it's one of those movies that kind of is on TV often enough that you just, like, well...
My head how
It depends on the movie. I've seen a lot of movies on TV, especially, like, action blockbusters of X, Y, or Z year. Because that's what seems to be on TV a lot. Like, you see a lot of action movies and romantic comedies on TV as TV movies. I cannot count how many times I've seen Die Hard on TV and been so annoyed that they had to censor Motherfucker.
I was a beast then, a werewolf. I did many terrible things. I'm sorry.
Sorry does not.
By the
bring
way,
my
just going
mother
back to fictional slurs for a minute, do you want to elaborate on what you mean by it can get dicey?
Stranger, please calm her down.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did I hear you right?
You want to just
You're a werewolf.
explain what you
I
guys
was one,
meant
but no
by
longer.
fictional slurs can
The
get dicey?
Danish keeper cursed some humans with like
They can
cancer
get
long
oddly
ago.
close to like
The
actual
disease
real life
spread over
slurs
the
in terms
years,
of like
but
what
hero of
what the
realm
words
freed
used
us.
are.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem.
He was cursed. You can't blame him for that.
You stand up for him? Fine. Then you will die for him.
This seems unnecessary.
Was there a way to avoid this, Jack?
I don't think
Not
so.
to my knowledge.
Yeah.
It's one or the other, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
At least the assassins will probably drop some good loot for you.
Maybe.
It's just one of those things where it's just like that was just kind of pointless, huh?
Kinda. Yeah, speaking of fictional racism, like, how accountable should a person be held for actions they took while under the influence of, like, a curse or brainwashing or some shit?
Okay, now this is a good question, and I would equate it to being drugged by someone
It
else.
didn't have to come to this. Take this, and thanks.
I feel like overall there probably are places where it's not an equivalence.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
The reason I say that is because the thing with drugs, right, is that they're very much... They can't magically make you do things that you would not otherwise do.
Correct.
Right?
It can make you less inhibited, though.
Yes, they can make you less inhibited, but at
They can
their...
compromise your better judgments.
Yes, but at their core, they are not inherently something that brings out stuff that doesn't necessarily already exist. And
I will counter that by saying, like, sometimes you will do things that you would not do while you were sober, while you were under the influence of drugs. Like, because you have a much more functional moral compass or much more functional reasoning capacity, for instance.
True,
Like-
but even then, it's kind of just like,
That's what beer goggles are all about, right?
There's definitely, and again, different drugs are different, right? There are some that are just reality altering or mind altering enough that it can bring something completely different out of you. But I feel like those are the kinds of drugs you make the comparison to. I don't think alcohol is one of them, for example.
Alcohol is one of those things that's like, people who are like really fucking drunk, they tend to make decisions that are very suboptimal because, not just because their higher judgment is clouded, but also just because they are a lot less capable of acting appropriately based off of their current capabilities, because alcohol very much impairs you, both mentally and physically. You basically become very uncoordinated, have a very difficult time making good judgment calls, all that stuff. Then you also have behavior-altering substances like, say, LSD, for instance, or cocaine, or ecstasy. Like, some of those are stimulants, some of those are hallucinogens, some of them are depressants, but it depends on the drug, really.
I would say that the only thing that gives you something of a pass are the hallucinogens.
Oh, those will definitely fuck you up real bad. Yeah.
No, so, like, what I mean is in the context of doing crime, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't think I was drunk is ever an excuse, really, for doing crime. Because while your inhibitions were reduced...
Hold up. I don't need to step.
I was gonna say we can either do Varric help me out, but this is the fun one.
This is as close as I get.
Murder knife.
I love that. That's so fucking cool.
It's funny. How do you explain that when you play a mage?
You don't. It's literally exclusive to Rogue Hawk.
Yeah.
Specifically a snarky Rogue Hawk. So if you play snarky Rogue Hawk, you get that option, and only if you play snarky Rogue Hawk.
Come on.
And I just love that little bit. Yeah. Please continue, Fuzzy.
But yeah, I think being drunk is not really that great of an excuse for a lot of crimes.
No, definitely not. It's an excuse for something like trespassing or something like that, because, like, you don't know, you're not paying attention to, like, this area is forbidden. You don't see it. You're fucking plastered.
Yeah.
But, committing murder is not something you'd use alcohol to get out of.
Hardly a difference.
Responsibility for,
I can't believe her.
Especially in the context of drunk driving.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like, this is probably one of my more severe takes, but I think if you kill someone while drunk driving, there's probably an argument that it should be more severe than second-degree murder.
That's where I was trying to go.
It's infuriating enough that it gets bumped down to vehicular manslaughter in a lot of jurisdictions.
I'd rather be killed by the Dalish than turned tranquil by Templars. Look, I know it's different in other kingdoms, but here, no one helps circle mages. Anything the Templars don't like, you get the brand. The Dalish, they've had magic forever. They could teach me.
I'm trying to remember which of Fenriel's endings
I cannot blame him for wishing to go there.
is the better one.
Dalish is the better one.
The circle would know it.
Okay.
Yeah, at least if you go nuts out with the elves, you won't be killing any of us.
Damn Hawk.
I did not. In my wildest dreams, I could not have foreseen this. Thank the creators, you were the one my mother hired to
God damn
find
it, Snarky Hawk.
I will forever be in your debt, friend.
Whatever their differences, his mother deserves to know he's alive.
Aveline didn't like that, but whatever.
I do love being able to loot slavers. That's always fun.
Yeah. We do enough that we get a net positive with Aveline, so...
Yeah. I do like that Dragon Age 2 doesn't have as many needlessly dick-ass teammates as, like, Origins did. Because, like, Sten and Morgan are really difficult to level up unless you have a shit ton of gifts if you're playing lawful good.
Again, that's where the Ultimate Edition really comes in clutch.
Oh, hold up! I think I saw something really glittery.
Yeah, I know there's one down there. I was just checking up there.
You've only really got 2 dickish teammates in Inquisition, don't you?
Depends on your definition of dickish. Are you talking about specifically Sarah and what's her face?
I was talking about Solus and Vivian.
Ah, yeah, Vivian is just an asshole.
Add Sarah into there, because she's not great.
Sarah, I can understand a bit more.
I
just also really don't like her sense of humor.
No, that's fair.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, Sarah is kind of just,
You killed him.
She's a necessary evil.
Yeah. She's very much an acquired taste, or very much, your mileage may vary type character.
Too nice with those things. I'll wager you've gone even
she's a racist.
Haven't you?
You will have no guilt in killing her.
A little rough for a rescue, don't you think?
Competition? Well, you're too late. The Winters, I, have already claimed him.
Sirrah, if I must go back, so be it. But I will not see these murderers rewarded.
Spoiled shit. I'll cut out your tongue and charge extra for bringing you back quiet. And as for you, I could do with some entertainment.
We literally have
while
done
you wait for the others.
nothing but show up.
Holy shit!
Yeah, Twin Fangs is a fucking broken move.
Okay, can we talk about the fact how much it sucks that, like,
Dead and good riddance, but she said
are
she
there
was
only
waiting for more.
two,
A lot more.
or rather, is Sarah the only fully fleshed out lesbian option in Dragon Age Inquisition?
Only purely lesbian option, yes. Josephine is bi, and Iron Bull is pan, and Dorian is gay. And there's also a transgender supporting character, but he's not playable, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it's kind of but
Inquisition is still fairly good on its rap by video game standards.
it is. It's just like there's just a few things that, upon reflection, are just a bit too much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. At the same time, I do appreciate it doing what it does. Like, far too many video games just do not even consider having a gay option.
Yeah, it's like, it's not the worst in the world at it, by any means. It's just, you know what, it's always the thing where it's just good enough that you wish for more. You know what I'm saying?
I hope they do more in Dragon Age 4, honestly.
But yeah, like, if you're, in Inquisition, if you're playing a woman who is into women, then your only options are really Sarah and Josephine's kind of, like, half-assed.
Josephine's okay.
It's okay, but it's just like...
I don't have any serious problems with Josephine. Sarah is a very iffy character depending on what kind of Inquisitor you're playing. If you're playing like a Kunari or a Dwarf Inquisitor, you're A-okay. If you're playing an Elf Inquisitor, you are in for a rough time with Sarah.
Oh, really? Why?
Because if you're Daedalus, she will be, I think, she will get into a fight with you over your tattoos.
Never loved, never coddled. You were worth his time.
I like, so I'm not particularly well versed in Dragon Age lore. What exactly is the significance of that?
I don't remember the specifics of the tattoos, but basically, like a lot. You know how most of the elves have tattoos on their faces?
Yes.
That's like a cultural thing for the Dalish, and Sarah is very divorced from elven culture, especially the Dalish, because of how she was raised and her urchin background and all that shit.
But
also,
why did she get in a fight with you over it?
I don't remember. It's just her whole baggage with elven culture, probably.
So she projects her baggage onto you.
Yeah, spoilers for Inquisition. I think it might be in Trespasser, but it might be earlier. I think it might actually be in the main game. The slaves, the tattoos are actually like slave marks, I think.
Yes, and I believe if you romance Solus, he might remove them if you let him. I don't recall.
Yeah, but that would require romancing Solus, and who in their right mind would do that?
There's a
pretty strong dedicated Solus romance fan base.
Yeah.
And you have coin to collect.
I'm not surprised, but I wish I was.
Let's go, Seamus. Your father will be waiting in the keep.
Then take me to him.
You'll never be surprised by oh hey, this slightly good-looking bad boy has a very die-hard fan base.
Enough, father.
Allow me to present one Sirrah Hawk, Excellency. He fulfilled the bounty.
You have my gratitude. I hope you encountered no great difficulties on my son's behalf.
No problems to speak of, aside from the crowd that tried to kill us.
I was told the Winters had involved themselves.
Literally
Was there
no
way to
way.
avoid
We
an
showed
incident?
up and they decided
They
to
murdered
kill
my
us.
friend. Where is the concern for that?
It was my understanding you were captured alone. Foolishly traipsing about the coast as you do.
I was
I
not
love the positive parental
I was with a
relationships in
guard.
these games.
The Kunari. They are not monsters to be feared. If you would just
I'm trying to remember of a single completely positive parental relationship in these games that doesn't involve some degree of tragedy.
Oh boy. You really
I-
cut down the numbers with that last bit.
Yeah, it's like
Just very quickly, what should we go for? Should we just go? Nope, I'm not getting involved in this family business, or
I would say Seamus is right, but
But yeah,
Listen to your boy.
I like BioWare seems to have a hard-on for killing good parents more than most shonen authors, and that's saying something.
There is no...
Not
be
just
fair-
shonen authors, fantasy authors in general. Like,
it's very easy to kill off good parents because it makes for fun story elements, let's say. Also, it makes for great tragic backstory stuff. Very easy tragic backstory material. You know, it's like, you can't go wrong with tragic backstories, am I right, folks?
I am endeavoring to create an entire series of art based entirely on the fact that you can have the most supportive family in the world and still be incredibly fricked up.
It's interesting that you bring that up because there was somebody posted something with regards to show that's airing this season called Bocce the Rock, which is
Good day.
Excellent series.
Yeah, it's a really good series, but it's like social anxiety themed band antics.
Yes. Like, the protagonist has, not quite crippling, but very severe social anxiety.
And somebody on Mal, obviously, posted that it was unrealistic because Hitori has a supportive family, which means that she can't have anxiety. It's only people
Which is
with...
not how that works.
Yeah, because only people with negative family situations can have anxiety.
Yeah, it's not like anxiety is some sort of actual illness that doesn't necessarily have to have an environmental cause. It's not like some people's brains are just wired for it.
Some people are just too used to, like, all mental illness is PTSD or some variation thereof that fiction has made.
Yeah, that's a very interesting. That's a very interesting thing to talk about, isn't it? Is
like 90% of the representation of mental illness in fiction is either insane serial killer or person without some sort of drug addiction or PTSD. That's like 90% of mental health representation in fiction.
Yeah, it's like people straight up believe that mental illness only exists as a response to trauma.
Which is very
just,
much not the case.
It's also just like needlessly reductive in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's just like that has some very unfortunate implications.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it implies that only broken people are mentally ill. Right? As like it's just I don't know, that's just something that I can't really get behind in any way, shape, or form.
Agreed.
All set.
Though I imagine we are probably a bit more invested in that particular side of things than a lot of other people would be.
I would not be surprised.
Fair assumption. Alright. Just gonna loot this random shit that's left behind. Not like anybody
That's
else.
what it's there for.
Not like anybody else is claiming it.
Go ahead, Jack.
Ah. So, Mil, I know you talked about what you're doing for your party comp for this game. I do hope you at least try to level up the affinity points for Isabella and Fenris, even if you don't personally like them.
We'll see. I can't make any promises.
I mean, you know how the story goes, and you know
Yeah.
like what happens if you've maxed out certain affinities depending on the act structure and all that.
It's just difficult because, you know, like, I like my companions, and
I'm not saying you shouldn't. It's nice to mix it up every now and then, you know?
Guess.
Yes, but has it
Also-
occurred to you that change is both hard and scary?
You sound like a conservative, Fuzzy. I'm just kidding. That's mean. That's
Yeah,
mean.
that was excessively mean. Yes.
Too mean, there,
Like-
Jack. Too mean.
It's
Look,
not incorrect to say that, but it's also very mean to say that.
It's also like no. Also
It's very reductive.
yes, because there's a lot of people who hate change who are not conservatives.
Yeah, I know. They're just the most vocal about it. And it's
mean,
annoying.
A lot of it is an autism thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I get that. I am also averse to changes in my personal life because, like, I am accustomed to thing. I do not want thing to change because I am comfortable with thing as is. So I get it.
Just dropping some shit off.
I wonder how much inventory you have there. Ooh, Arm of Adril.
Nope. Not enough dexterity.
That's unfortunate. I mean, you can still hold on to it for when you do have enough dexterity.
Which, you know, considering you're a rogue, I feel like not having enough dexterity is a problem.
I mean, it's 24 dex that you need to get up to, and what are you at right now, Mil?
Like 22, maybe?
That's still pretty good.
I have no idea what the stat point economy is like in this game, so I
think you get
can't
like
really...
2 stat points per level. Might be highballing it, but I don't know.
3 stat points per level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get a lot of stat points to work with. Much more so than in like D&D. D&D you gotta be much more
economical.
Yes.
Please take me back to where I was. Nope! We're gonna have to go all the way around again. Great, okay.
That's unfortunate. Oh well, can't be helped.
Yeah, I haven't been thinking enough when I've been doing level ups. I've just been like blindly doing no, that's not where I need to go. Do my usual thing of just spreading them out when I actually need to be upping certain stats for people.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's both good and also frustrating about about BioWare games generally, but like Dragon Age type games, like I like it when you can basically do a little bit of everything, but it's like it's one of the things that rankles the most in a game like Dragon Age, where you kind of have to specialize. Like there's a
yeah, it's a
dedicated
jack of all trades, master of none type thing.
like there's no multi-classing, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is not something I'm a fan of.
I mean, certainly in Origins for Mage, there are a couple of specializations that let you basically play as a melee mage.
Oh yeah, the Arcane Warrior I think was really fucking broken in Origins.
Arcane Warrior and I think Battle Mage in Awakening.
Yeah, there's also Knight Enchanter in Inquisition, which is also busted.
Yeah, even though it's kind of like, it's definitely on the blander side of things.
Yeah.
It is, but it's still busted as all hell.
Oh yes, absolutely. I do get the appeal of it. Don't get me wrong. I just like.
All right, who's?
I don't know. I wish it wasn't just. Like I wish there was a bit more variety.
No, that's fair. I think there are like 3 specializations for each class in Inquisition.
Yeah, but the fact that you can only pick one and have to stick with it is what I'm not okay with. It's bad enough that they don't let you like sort of multi-class even in the context of it's bad enough that they don't let you multi-class in the context of the classes as a whole, but the fact that they even restrict you within your class is just an additional layer of suck for me.
I also remember.
No, that's fair.
I also remember like really not liking certainly the rogue specialization options.
Oh, which one? There are a few.
Like it's been a while. You're gonna have to tell me what they are, and I'll see if I can remember which one.
Yeah, no, I understand why. Rogues specialization options were a little bit sucky, particularly because one of the options was potions, the other option was archer, and only one was a dedicated melee option, and it was like...
Yeah,
that's you're talking about Origins.
No, I'm talking about Inquisition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Inquisition I think is different.
Yeah, it's just like Inquisition had the potion option,
like,
ranged option. Go ahead, Mel.
Origins at least had like what was it? Assassin, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Assassin is pretty great. Assassin is really good in 2 though. Assassin's probably the best specialization for a rogue in 2.
It is.
Because Assassin is basically the crit class.
Yeah, I just didn't like that they gave you 2 layers of class restrictions.
That is kind of bullshit, I will admit, but
yeah, Jack, just look up Inquisition's rogue specializations.
No, I know what the specializations are in Inquisition. Potions and traps, archer, and assassin, essentially.
And I don't think assassin in Inquisition was very good either.
Yeah, it's the one Cole gets by default.
Again,
the problem is the best rogue in Inquisition is once again Varric.
I mean, it's not really Varric's fault, but he is kind of just like... He's too much of an all-rounder.
Yep.
And also, it helps that ranged is much better than melee in Inquisition. At least based on what my observations when playing it.
I don't know.
It feels like you just get so much more bang for your buck if you're a ranged class as opposed to a melee class.
Again, like, my rogue in Inquisition was really good as the DPS because there was just never any attention on me. So I was able to just go around, like, slaughtering shit. Like, I think I said this in one of the previous streams. I remember, like, facing off against dragons where, like, my rogue would just be at its rear leg just doing all the damage while it focused on the other party members.
I think okay, so I think the subclasses for Rogue were Assassin, Artificer, and Archer.
Yeah.
Like I said, potions and traps, bow and arrow, and stabby stab.
So Assassin apparently had a really busted-ass ability, but was otherwise decent. Like, the ability was called Mark of Death.
Something, something damning with faint praise.
Yeah. Also, apparently, archers, with the proper gear and layout, could get to 100% critical chance through with basically all their attacks.
Yep, I'm fairly sure that's what happened with me.
100% crit chance is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason Varric's the best party member or the best rogue in Dragon Age Inquisition.
I think Varric was the Artificer, actually.
Yeah.
I think Sarah was the Archer.
Yeah,
Which is weird, actually, now that I think about it. Because, like...
No, I
get it.
Yeah, I definitely do remember him being the Artificer. Which sort of annoyed me, because it, you know, made him less good.
Yeah,
He was still good. Just not as good.
It almost felt like an intentional decision.
They had
to make him worse than he
Varric.
could be.
He was too OP.
Because it's like... Because Varric, as it stood, his entire thing is that he just, like, was good at everything.
Again, Varric is fucking great. If it ain't broke, don't fix it and all that. I do hope, though, that he isn't a companion once again in Dreadwolf.
I feel that you're asking for too much.
I know, but at the same time, like...
Honestly...
I feel like it might become an overexposure problem if they try to put him in Dreadwolf, too.
No, here's the thing, though. If there has ever been a time for a companion to be... for Varric to be a companion, justifiably, Dreadwolf is it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? Like, it's already bad enough that you're not still playing as the Inquisitor. If they forced you to, like, give up Varric as well, that's just too much.
I can see that.
You bitch, where did you go?
I do hope that there's a bit more variety with the companions this time. Like in terms of, oh shit, you guys are losing health. What the hell?
Shit, it's the mage.
Fucking hell.
The fucking mage. Right, this is bad. This is very bad.
Your party got fucking wiped, my dude.
I know. It's the fucking mage. I tried to take him out quickly, but then he fucking teleported away before I could,
finish him?
Before I could, like, knock him out.
Teleports behind you, nothing personnel, kid. No?
Good.
Just
Only
me?
one of them followed me.
Yep.
Shit, there's one coming.
Just go full Batman. Stealth him. Stealth arrest.
Fuck off.
I feel like there's an argument to be made for never going full Batman.
I mean, there are worse superheroes to go full X. Like, never go full Punisher.
Not even the
You're
Punisher goes full Punisher most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
The Punisher is one of those characters that's like Deathstroke for me, in that too many people who are Punisher fanboys also end up becoming comic writers. And as a result, that has led to the Punisher being given a lot more credit and just general nice things than he deserves.
Uh-huh. No, yeah, no. I remember this one comic where Deathstroke somehow stabs the Flash while he's running, and it's like, how?
Not even Superman can do that.
The Flash is ridiculously busted, and you're telling me a base-ass human with a minor healing factor like fucking Deathstroke
He's got
can
like
shank
minor.
the Flash.
Yeah, he's got minor like superhuman like everything, but it's like, yes, that's the point. It's minor. He's like only 2 or 3 times stronger than an actual peak human being.
Which is not that much compared to the fucking Flash.
Yeah, it's like, it's to the point where Batman can beat his ass in Melee. So, if it's like, just, it doesn't make any sense. But a lot of people, for some reason, I guess because they're edgelords, just gravitate towards Deathstroke and they become comic book writers, and then you get things like Christopher Priest's run of Justice League, in which the Deathstroke casually beats the entire Justice League and then solves their monster of the week.
That
Does
is
it make
just
any
like, that's some
No.
Mary Sue level bullshit, but actually no, that's an insult to Mary Sue.
No, people do fully, like, there are people who straight up are invested in turning Deathstroke and sometimes the Punisher as well into Mary Sue. It's like, there have been times when the Punisher has taken out reality warpers, and he has no right to do that.
No, I can see Deadpool doing it because Deadpool is fucking unkillable and has fourth wall breaking abilities, but like,
No, that's the thing. Deadpool is a reality warper.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anything extra to take out a reality warper because he already is one, essentially, for all intents and purposes. That's what his fourth wall breaking is. He's one of Marvel's many reality warpers. But like, the fact that like the Punisher and Deathstroke have taken out reality warpers and things like that, that just is just criminal. It's a level of fanboyism that is just, why?
The only justifiable reason for them to be able to take out reality warpers is, like, if the reality warper in question is a glass cannon of ridiculous magnitude and also drunk off their ass and barely conscious. And even then, I would question it. You know?
Yeah, it's just like, that's one of the reasons why comics as a medium, that's one of its greatest strengths but also greatest weaknesses, is that as a medium, not scaling. The fact that it's inherently a medium that has a lot of authors. Like, that's the design of the medium, is that it's a lack of consistency.
Yep.
Which means you're never truly doomed, because you will always be able to somehow find an author who can bring it back. But also, you will never have something truly lastingly great, because all it takes is one author
to fuck it all. Yeah.
And, yes, see the entire Spider-Man
everything
debacle.
involving and everything to do with Joe Quesada. That cursed man.
Who is that?
Joe Quesada is the guy behind One More Day.
Yeah, that's what I meant when I said the Spider-Man debacle.
Oh, I thought you said Iron Man debacle.
No, I was talking about One More Day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's entirely Joe Quesada's fault. I don't think anyone else really wanted to do that, but Joe Quesada had the clout to pull off his quote-unquote vision.
So for
and
those,
the other authors had to go along with it.
For those unfamiliar with it, do you want to explain what One More Day is?
So One More Day is a comic that takes place right after Civil War, wherein the writers stupidly have Spider-Man publicly reveal his identity. And predictably, Aunt May almost immediately gets shot by people gunning for Spider-Man. So Spider-Man goes to every superhero he knows to try to help heal Aunt May, but fucking somehow they can't because of reasons.
Which is so stupid, because healing a gunshot is, he went to people for whom that would be literally easier than breathing.
Yeah. But not only that, and to escalate it further, Spider-Man at the time was married to Mary Jane, and that was a popular relationship in the comics for good reason. But Spider-Man, turns out, no other option. He cannot do anything except turn to the devil and sacrifice his marriage to save Aunt May, who was not even, like, super deeply enthused on continuing to live if it meant burdening Peter with that kind of shit.
Can I just clarify? The literal devil?
Mephisto, yes.
Oh, Mephisto, right.
There are like so many different versions of the devil in the Marvel comics, it's ridiculous.
Mephisto is the closest to the traditional Satan.
Yes. He's the one who got Ghost Rider's soul in most versions. So yeah, Joe Quesada writes a comic where Spider-Man sells his marriage to the devil to save his dying elderly aunt. And no one liked that.
And literally, there was no justification for it in universe, because, like, several of the people he went to could easily have healed her.
Yeah, no. He went to, like, Reed Richards, he went to Doctor Strange, he went to so many other powerful people who could have done so much shit.
It's not even that she was already dead, because bringing the dead back to life, obviously, that's a bit more of a
stretch.
It's a bit more of an ask, but still doable.
Yeah, there's people who could do it, don't get me wrong. But, like, the fact that it was just a healing.
Yeah.
And they couldn't, like, it's just infuriating.
There's a reason that most comic book fans hate Joe Quesada's guts. And that reason is One More Day.
And do you know, canonically, do you know what the reason that he did it is?
Why? Mephisto asked for the marriage?
No, do you know? No, not canonically. Like, out of universe, do you know why the piece of garbage actually decided to do that?
Oh yeah, because he didn't like the pairing and he wanted to introduce his own original character to romance Spidey instead. Or it was something along the lines of, he wants Spidey to become a bachelor again, or some shit.
Yeah, that's literally all it was.
Which is fucking bullshit.
It's like... Basically, he was just... It was like almost incel level. He was just upset that Spider-Man was happily married, and he was like, but Spider-Man should be a bachelor or something. And, like, get laid.
The new love interest he introduced for Spider-Man was based on his daughter, apparently.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's really fucking weird and dumb. Also, it turns out, fucking nobody likes the character. Who was very quickly consigned to the pages of discontinuity.
Nice and trusty you came along. Them dragons would have sniffed me out for certain.
She sounds
Hold
like
on.
the Poochie.
What happened here?
I'll tell you what I can, but be a friend and keep your voice down. There's another dragon close by.
You'd better get going.
Uh-oh.
Try not to get eaten.
Don't have to tell me twice. You should leave too. But don't go that way. There's this huge dragon.
Cool.
A huge dragon, you say?
And larger. Not a threat we should
Sounds
leave
like
behind.
something that should have its head mounted on my mantle. Though technically we don't have a mantle right now because we're living in Gamlen's shitty shack.
It's not like you are exclusively killing the dragon for that reason. It also has loot.
Some good-ass loot, too. Yeah, no, I don't recall when Joe Quesada stepped away from the comics, but it was not too long ago. I think he's still involved with Marvel in some capacity, but I don't believe he's directly involved in the comics anymore. I could be wrong, though. Doge! That's right, stab it in the butt!
Beat the butt, beat the butt, beat the butt. Ow. Oh. I said beat the butt!
Yeah, this is,
beat the butt.
yeah, that's the biggest. That's the biggest appreciable problem with comics. Really, is that
Yep.
the writers have too much power. Normally, I approve of writers having all the power, but when you're like, the fact that there's no like,
There's no consistency, yeah.
you know what I think could fix it?
What?
If there was some sort of like editorial board, like a continuity department in the comics, where they
done.
It's easier said than done, obviously, but like I do think it's possible to create a situation where
Dragon Slayer
to have a setup where you kind of have just a group of people who whose job is that they sort of their entire job is that they
keep track of continuity in the comics.
They keep track of continuity, and then if there's any changes to continuity in the works, then they like actually talk it over with multiple people. I would say it should be made up of authors, right? I don't think it should be just like no-name suits. I think it should be a combination of authors and editors.
Yeah,
but I maintain
actual
that
creatives in the industry.
Yes. But I maintain that something like that should exist.
I don't disagree.
Am I wrong, or is that guy a prostitute?
Oh my.
And then, obviously, there's nothing wrong with that, but, like...
Can't recall off the top of my head.
I mean...
He does look vaguely familiar.
He's literally a nothing character. I'm just taking note of his design. Like... Maybe he's just poor, I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming.
Those two things are not mutually exclusive, Mel.
They do reuse background assets from time to time.
Yeah.
Here is the reward I promised.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I can see your argument quite clearly, Fuzzy. I don't disagree with it entirely.
It's like there's no perfect solution, but it's like I don't think you're gonna get a solution that's much better, realistically speaking, right? Like, what else could be the solution? Just having some sort of editorial board seems like the best you're gonna get.
I mean, I feel like I remember that
The Viscount.
Sega was hiring one of those for Sonic.
What, an editorial board, or?
Like, a continuity expert.
Oh, Sonic would definitely need that. Jesus Christ.
Okay, but like my question is, why? Not
Make sure
I don't.
Games. are consistent. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like I totally get why Sonic of all things needs a continuity expert, but like, why was Sega that interested? Because I feel like, while yes, I agree that continuity is an issue with Sonic, there's also the fact that like it doesn't really matter that much in the context of the games most of the time.
No, you know what games really need a continuity expert? Kingdom Hearts.
So you know what's funny? They actually don't.
No. They don't?
No, because like you can say a lot of things about Kingdom Hearts, but the continuity is usually there. It doesn't always make a lot of sense, but that's more because there's a lot of time travel involved. But there's very few actual like straight up issues with the continuity as a whole in Kingdom Hearts, strangely enough.
Interesting.
The games are a mess story-wise, but that's more because of time travel and like convoluted schemes upon schemes upon schemes than it is actual continuity.
So it's an issue with the fact that the writers are insane.
Writer, but yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was all Nomura.
It's Nomura's baby, yes.
I solved your problem.
So, what happened? One of the miners told me you rescued him.
Yeah, this guy isn't really a good business owner.
Well, he wasn't.
Nope.
Go there and see the corpses for yourself.
I left most of the dragon there.
I thought they're extinct.
We are in the literal dragon age, my dude.
Again? If it is safe, the miners can
Oh,
return to
that
work.
line reminds me. I've been, because of Wednesday on Netflix, which I haven't watched in its entirety. I haven't watched any of it on Netflix, but I've watched, like, clip shows on YouTube. But I've been on a bit of an Addams Family kick, and just... the 90s Addams Family movies, the two, like, Addams Family and Addams Family Values, so good.
They are so much better than they have any right to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Raul Julia is just perfect as Gomez.
Raul Julia is fucking excellent.
Was fucking excellent.
Raul Julia is kind of just great wherever he is.
I did say
honestly.
was.
Did you? I thought you said is, but point is,
I
unfortunately,
said Raul Julia's. I abbreviated. I contracted.
If you can keep your countrymen safe.
Seems like the miners could use protection and an advocate.
But yeah, unfortunately, he did pass away. He did pass away, and it's a shame. But yeah, just.
Honestly, the Street Fighter movie and Addams Family alone, even if Raul Julia had not done any other films, would be enough to cement him as one of the greats.
Oh, absolutely. Him as M. Bison was basically like... That was his swan song, I believe, actually.
I believe it was his last movie, yes.
What a note to go out on. But, like... It's basically...
May I make a point about his portrayal of M. Bison?
Go for
many
it.
of us, it was the last movie featuring one of the greatest actors of his time, but for him, it was Tuesday.
Such a fucking great line.
No, I had to do it to him.
No, it's a great villain quote. Absolutely classic villain quote.
But returning to Wednesday, as I said, I've only watched clip shows, but I have no idea, what the plot is like. But certainly the acting seems very good. Jenna Ortega's Wednesdays seems pretty great, honestly.
What is the premise of that?
Basically,
isn't Wednesday goes to boarding school?
Yeah, Wednesday gets expelled for
being
Pugsley's...
a member of the Addams Family?
Sort of, yeah. She puts Pugsley's bullies in a pool with piranhas.
Nice.
That's honestly kind of tame as far as Wednesday is concerned.
I mean, again, great line
Canonically.
of
You're a real hero.
what would attempted murder look like on your record? It'd look terrible. It seemed like I couldn't get the job done.
That is a good quote. But also, how old is she supposed to be in that?
I think she's a teenager, isn't she?
Yeah, teenager. I'm not sure exactly what age. So probably late teenager.
Jenna Ortega, I believe, is 20 at this point. I believe she's supposed to be training like a 16-year-old or something like that.
Not sure.
Which isn't too much of a reach.
Yeah.
Tom Holland was 19 when he played 15-year-old Peter Parker. And it worked out pretty well.
The perpetual babyface. I'm pretty sure Tom Holland's going to look... He's going to look like a high schooler when he's in his mid-50s, probably. Unless something goes horribly wrong.
Ortega also has a pretty young face. A lot of early 20s people look like they could still be in high school. That's why so many people get carded when they're teenagers. When they're young adults, rather.
Here's the really annoying thing. I remember, like, when I was, like, 16, 17, I tried to buy an 18 video game and wasn't allowed to because they asked for my ID. The minute I turned 18 and I bought my friend a beer, they didn't ask for my ID. I had it out and ready and everything. They're like, no, go ahead.
That's legitimately really funny.
Like, I was genuinely quite annoyed. I was like, come on! I could finally do it and you're not gonna let me?
Rip.
I mean, the issue is that I look older anyway, and growing my beard has not helped that.
I actually, whether or not I have a beard really adds or subtracts like 5 or so years from my face.
I believe I've looked the same for the past decade.
Perhaps he can have both safety and freedom. As I said, I have little money. But this is
though again, yes, the beard does make a difference. But if I'm like totally clean shaven, if I'm totally
generally makes a difference.
But when I'm totally clean shaven, I might as well be like a high schooler.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that puberty did nothing for my voice.
Your voice is on the higher end, yeah.
I am pretty sure it didn't appreciably change at all.
Meanwhile, I can drop my voice quite deep if I need to. Oh, Meryl.
There we go. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to get the, fuck's sake. I'm trying to get
what now?
The Kunari guide up for, so I can get the duel. But it does mean, obviously,
I do believe you actually have to put investment into Isabella to get that.
Let me...
Also, I have a question.
We may have an answer.
Where is this super zany talk about random nonsense energy when we're playing Mass Effect?
I don't know. I think we get sidetracked by the game itself when we're playing Mass Effect.
Yeah, and why is that?
Played this game more than once, so we can just kind of chat over it because we're pretty experienced with the game. Whereas you guys are playing Mass Effect for the first time.
Yeah, but we talked about so much dumb bullshit during one. You have no idea.
Yeah, it's kind of just I don't know why. It's something about, it's not a combination thing, right? Because the three of us in combination can have these conversations even when one of us is focused on the game. Just for some reason, Mass Effect days have been a bit lower energy, and I don't know why.
I think it's just the Mass Effect games are really fucking dense.
And
I
not
could be
always
wrong.
in a good
It won't
way.
take long before you're the most popular girl in the alienage.
Again, I don't think I don't know. Maybe we
managed
just
to say
haven't gotten
something
into
stupid
our
in front of
rhythm
everyone
with
and embarrassed
Mass
myself.
Effect 2 just yet.
Thank you for
That's
letting me
also a
sit in the hall.
perfectly
That
valid
might also
possibility.
be, yeah.
A lot to me.
You guys are still on, like, towards the end of Act 1 of Mass Effect 2.
This city is amazing. Do you know I saw someone get mugged? Right outside. It was fascinating. Everything happens here all at once. How does anyone keep it all straight?
Oh, speaking of which, has anyone watched Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Exciting.
Jen has, I know. I haven't. I've heard nothing but good things about it, though.
They must not like me.
I have heard it's very so. It's on Amazon Prime Video. So I was thinking of like
Yeah.
making it a movie night with the family.
You can pick up all the things people drop and have a look.
Talk to Gen about it. He can tell you more. I'm sure he will give it a very strong recommendation.
No, it's like I have no doubt that it's going to be a good movie to watch. No, the reason I'm bringing it up is that it's like what gets me is that I'm pretty sure I know, like I have an idea of what this movie is based on the blurb alone, and it's kind of wild to me that it exists. Do you know why?
Why?
Are you familiar with a little Jet Li joint called The One?
I have heard of it.
So the movie The One by Jet Li is a movie in which there's a multiverse or like different timelines. And that's a very important distinction to make, I feel, because I feel like people conflate, and especially now with the MCU, people conflate multiverses and timelines. A lot. Or world lines, or whatever you call them. But yeah, the premise is that Jet Li is recruited by the Time Cops because at different timelines, Jet Li is killing other Jet Lis. The reason
I've heard of that, yeah.
And apparently the reason is every time you kill a different timeline's Jet Li, you become all of the or every time you kill a different timeline's yourself, not specifically Jet Li, because that would be very difficult. Every time you kill yourself in another timeline, their power is redistributed across the remaining timelines.
Interesting.
So one Jet Li has decided that he's going to become the only Jet Li and become this sort of nigh omnipotent god being by being the only one of him in the universe. I just find that, like, it's really interesting because it's back crap crazy. Just like, it makes no sense, and I love it because of that.
Yeah. I've seen some really neat, multiverse stuff lately. There's one book on Audible that was also based off of multiverse theory, where it's like you can go to alternate timelines only if the version of you from that timeline is already dead.
Oh, that's a good way of avoiding paradoxes and stuff. Again, we must make a distinction between multiverses and timelines.
They are, in terms of how fiction treats them overall, they are very similar at the very least.
But they are notably different.
If you face Talvashov, he is not worthy of dying to you, as he was not worthy of dying to them.
I do actually kind of like the Arashok.
Let him live.
The Arashok is interesting.
He had big plans for your recipe.
Is that what they call the
Did your imaginary bargain make promises?
Qunari outside of their little cult thing?
I expected your wisdom to be more profitable.
So the Arashok is the leader. The Talvashoth are the ones outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. It's a very important question.
It's not at all. Take your coin. Take whatever.
Mongrel
donglords suck your own powder and blow your head off.
Are the Qunari Mormons?
Well,
I imagine the Canary are far more accepting of transgender individuals than the Mormons are.
That's not a high bar, Jack.
I did say far. Oh, hey, Biscuit.
Well, with that said, I do believe it's time for me to go.
All right. Well, it was nice of you to join us, Fuzzy. Do you think you'll be able to join us on Thursday?
Probably, yeah. And like I said, I'm free now. I have been freed from the shackles of school.
Best
abilities. But yeah, it's been nice, everybody. I'll talk to you guys. It's been nice to be on stream. I've missed actually being able to talk to people. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
See you, Fuzzy. Yeah, got best.
We should probably wrap up after you're done with your upgrades.
Oh, but I want to try out my my new ability.
We can try that out next time, Mel. We've been going for about 2 hours now. Oh, no, only hour 45.
Exactly.
So you brought Fenris along specifically because no mages and also he has special dialogue?
Yes. It wasn't necessarily no mages. You didn't have to not bring Bethany. I just chose not to bring Bethany.
It was mostly because of special dialogue then.
Yes. Well, that's what gets you one of the respect points, is bring Fenris along and then using his special dialogue.
I imagine this iteration of the game, at least, you're not trying to like get to the max friendship or max rivalry with any of your companions actively.
Not really.
Which is why you're sticking with the same party.
I just don't really remember it. Let's see, which one was actually... Oh, right, it was that one.
So what does the guide say about the your companions for the duel?
You don't actually have to do anything with whatchamacallit, with Isabella.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you did.
No.
Huh.
Oops. Oh well. It was the same ring. What I want to do either. And I put them all off fucking way. God damn it. Do I even have them? Whatever, I'm checking.
Well.
There we go.
There it is.
Get those two. Right. Don't have a sword for Aveline yet. But we will. We'll get her a nice shiny new sword.
Oh, you can upgrade Bethany now. Oh, you already did, though. That would be really funny, is if you took out, like, some of your party members that you don't use, specifically just to upgrade them and then put them away again.
Okay, Mark of Death is someone that I'm not really going to use. Alright, that's Sister Patrice. Am I going to get to walk past her? Nope, I'm not going to get to walk past her.
Word is you're looking for help.
Oh, fuck you, Sister Patrice.
Yeah, she's pretty fucking terrible.
The dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes.
She's one of the honestly...
I am.
She is one of the most awful people in this game.
Yeah, I think she is one of the true monsters of the setting.
Another sad Lowtown tale in the making. As if we needed another.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure she's one of the, like, most effective hate sinks in this series.
Yeah. Oh, equip my new, Goodbye! Jesus Christ.
Thank you for your timely intervention.
I love Assassinate.
Out of my element.
Surely you didn't realize that just now.
I
like how we're the only one
person
like
I need.
covered in
Someone
blood.
of bloody skill, but also integrity.
Yep.
Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city.
You
If
really
you're
can just
willing
go
and
fuck yourself.
capable, meet me at my safe house nearby.
I just saved you in an alley, and suddenly we're in business.
You're in Lowtown. What grand scheme could I be interrupting?
Oh, fuck you.
For now.
Why is a Templar guarding her? Is this a setup?
I hope you will come. This matter only grows more urgent with time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that one. Let's go to the Dark Foundry. Yeah, Twin Fangs and Assassinate will kill a lot of stuff just like, instantly.
Oh yeah, no. By the time I got to the third act with the Rogue Hawk, I was fucking unstoppable. I was just like a whirling dervish of death.
There you go, Varric.
Also, I really like the word dervish.
Yeah, dervish is a cool word.
There are some words that are just inherently satisfying to say.
Right.
Trap.
Where? I don't see a trap. Oh, there.
All set. That should do it.
Amazing that you could
I love
see
being
it.
able to pick locks willy-nilly.
It's amazing that you could see it around a corner there, Hawk.
Hawk is just cool like that.
Yeah, I just took out 2 shades with, you know, Twin Fangs and Assassinate. They're broken moves.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, this is the, here comes the one occasion where I will not, be using the funny option, because it's not great.
Those are human bones, aren't they? I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, like you haven't seen worse, Bethany. We turned a man into a pile of chunks. Literally, like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, we'll finish this quest off and then call it a day. We don't have much more to do for it. Fuck you, Samson.
I hear your lad Fainriel managed to get...
Samson!
Hey, Colin.
I have told the Knight Commander of your service.
Cole?
Do we need to be here? Why do you keep talking to him?
I don't know.
She commends your quick thinking and has agreed to keep the lad Karen around for observation.
You have to admit, the Templars have brought some of this hatred on themselves.
That is the popular school of thought, no? It used to be that Templars were welcomed wherever they went, for defending people from dark magics. Now the townsfolk are...
Oh, y'all love that glamour statue of Meredith.
The image of the poor...
To be fair, I don't think it's Meredith at the moment.
Powerful one, and one the mages...
Oh, right, it's Andraste right now. Not for long.
Right. We can finally give her a good weapon.
May I ask you a question, Mill?
Do you actually have a question, or were you just looking for the pun?
The latter.
Then no. No, you may not.
Aww.
Recognize your mage?
You're horrible.
God
This
damn
was
it,
left in the
Hawk.
foundry you mentioned in your notes. I was also attacked by shades.
These are human bones. Then there is no chance of finding Meren alive, or any of the others.
Yeah. So that one is like, well, otherwise you have a lot of boneless women flopping around the streets. It's like, no, that's been bad taste, and Emmerich takes it badly.
I saw someone leaving the scene, but they got away.
So I'm gonna go for the nice option there.
My people have been slow to react, but this needs official support.
I will bring this to the city guard immediately. It should be enough to convince them the disappearances are worth investigating.
At least we got paid. Right, I think we've got one last thing to do, which is give the ring back to the shitty husband, and then we can, well, I'll upgrade Varric and then we'll call it a day. Actually.
I couldn't bring back your wife, but here's a ring. It looks pricey.
God damn it, Hawk!
Ninette's wedding ring. Yes. Look at the engraving. Forever faithful, forever yours. Oh. Written in happier times. Where did you find it?
Don't do the top option.
Yeah.
Just know that she will not return.
It's better this way. Our marriage has been in shambles for more than a decade. I'll send the ring to her family. With luck, it will appease them. Thank you for all your help, Sarah. Make her watch over.
Right.
By the way, did you have that mission yet where you have to deal with those two Templars, one who's reasonable, one who's a shithead?
I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember myself. I need to look up the quest in question, but I remember like that quest is the only opportunity to kill one of the most dickish characters in the game.
Hi, Bodan.
Fedic, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandor, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find.
And a
Say hello
fucking
to the nice
monster in
humans,
terms of, like, what he can do.
Hello. We shall be
I love. You remember that bit in Origins for the final battle where he's surrounded by fucking darkspawn, and all Sandal says when asked about it is enchantment.
Yeah, that's what I was about to reference.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents? Enchantment? Just so.
Let's see what you have.
Let's see what Bodan
By
has.
all means, feel free to peruse my wares whenever you wish.
Oh, I don't have enough. I've been buying too much shit. I was about to go and talk to Bartrand, but I don't actually have enough. Shit. I thought I did.
Well,
that's it then.
You gotta do a few more side. You have plenty of side quests.
Yep. Let's see what we have left. So we've got Acts of Mercy, we've got Shepherding Wolves, and then we've got some companion quests we need to do. But we're not that far off getting to go to the deep roads, which should be fun.
Yeah.
But otherwise, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed us dicking around. In terms of future stuff, Thursday we are investigating doing a tier list, but we will see. Saturday and Sunday, certainly two of us aren't streaming. Fuzzy might. but we will have to see on that front. But yes, certainly we're not. It's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We're not streaming.
No, most people aren't putting out content those days.
I will be working Christmas Eve though, which is going to be fun.
I've worked Christmas Eve before. It's never fun.
I might also be working Boxing Day. I'll have to see what my schedule's like on Thursday. Then next Tuesday, yeah, probably be back with something or other. Maybe Mass Effect, maybe this. We'll see. But otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and on Twitter at Storytime_net. And otherwise, we hope to see you on Thursday for whatever it ends up we end up doing. Good night.
See ya.